Welcome to Uncle Taylor's Unchained universe. Strap in for some content palooza.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Uncle Taylor's Unchained Universe. I'm your host, Uncle Taylor. It is wonderful to be here. Sunday, the 17th of July, 8:46 p.m. Here we are again. I've got no fucking good little rhymes to kick off the top of the show with. The only dirty rhyme that I could think of is not suitable for TV. Nonetheless, hello and welcome. I've got Uncle Jesse and Uncle Jacko with us. Boys, good evening to both of you.
Good evening, sir. How are we?
Very good, boys. Hope you're doing well. Everything's a bit topsy-turvy tonight. I'm going to be a little bit selfish here, boys. I'm going to have Nick Dookwah, our wonderful friend who does all our movie reviews, come on to talk. But we're not going to be talking movies tonight, boys. We're actually be talking about an event we went to on Monday, gone by. And I'm going to introduce him right now as the man, the myth, the legend himself, Nick Dookwah. Welcome, sir.
Good to be back. And yes, we traveled out to the nice exotic Penrith for World Series Wrestling Phoenix Rising.
It was a fucking unreal show. I mean, firstly, driving on that fucking expressway with the toll roads, boys, just for your knowledge, it took my trip home, coming home, was an hour and 20 minutes at 118 kilometers from fucking Penrith Panthers up to here where I live. It took me an hour and 20 minutes. Spoke to Jacko briefly for it. What a fucking good road. $43 in tolls, but still fucking worth it. Let me tell you, those private roads, boy. Damn, bust a nut into it, let me tell you. But look, Dookwah, this was my first wrestling experience I've had since 2019. I was at the house show where Xavier Woods did his ACL in the first match for WWE. So this is the first live wrestling event I've been to in 3 years. And I've got to be honest with you, man, fucking sick. It was my first indie show too. I've never been actually to an independent wrestling scene show. This was something different.
It was. And I'll say this, like, we're all wrestling fans. We all know WWE, it's a safe product. There's a certain way to do things. But there's something about being amongst fans and with a group of wrestlers who were in on the fandom. Because to me, it felt like these fans were being messed around by the wrestlers at the right moments. There was something that was cool where we were actually having fun. It wasn't about telling a story, hitting ratings, hitting a demographic. There was just some great in-ring stuff. And I have to admit, even from the first moment, there was something memorable. It's just a fun show. And that first moment, Taylor, yeah, what did you say? The first move of the night.
Fuck, what did I say, Nick? You're now testing me. That
the first move of the night was a botch. And that was...
Oh, yes, it was a botch too. Sheila's match, that's right. It was a fucking botch. Now, for those watching at home, and even to you two boys who got no fucking clue what we're talking about, a botch in wrestling is when they fuck the move up. So if I'm meant to punch you, you're meant to go like that. Like, oh.
I figured as much.
Thank God. Thank fucking God. Jackson there's nodding his head intently, so I feel like he's hearing this for the first time. So this botch, and it was very noticeable too. It was, fuck Nick, it was a noticeable botch.
But they recovered, and they actually put on a pretty good performance. You know, the first match always sets the tone of the night. And, you know, there were quite a few moments where wrestlers, we could tell, either collided too early or they definitely looked like they were pounding on each other for real, just to give a little bit of authenticity. But there was some fun stuff. And both the local stars and the global stars, just great chemistry. I can't think of a bad match of the night, honestly.
There wasn't a bad match, mate, in my opinion, too. Like, I look, don't get me wrong, there were some that were average, but not bad. Like what you'd see right now on WWE TV was pretty average, worse than average, on WWE TV. This was good. And I love what you just said there about the local talent and how they were able to come in and fucking work with these global fucking megastars. And this is just another side piece here. When I was waiting in the foyer, and I'll get Jackson to put a photo up here so he knows who I'm talking about, and I'll send the photo to him for the podcast. Brian Cage stood there. Now, Jesse and Jacko, what I'd love you two boys to do, just while me and Nick here are just talking about the subject, look up Brian Cage. And if you tell me this cunt is not juicing, then I will fucking absolutely
Oh,
throw my
I'll be
laptop and
I'll be able
everything
to
out.
tell you.
Cool.
I'll be able to tell you straight away. What's his
Yes,
name?
Jesse.
Yeah,
Brian
just take a
Cage.
look at this guy. Holy crap!
All right.
Like this guy,
yeah,
if he was,
yeah.
if he was in another, if he was in another sport, it'd be the Tour de France.
Fuck.
His middle name is Tren.
Trent,
His
yeah,
name's
he's
Trent.
Let's
Trent
look him
Brian
up then.
Trent
Yeah,
Cage.
absolutely is. There's no doubt about that.
Mate, he's fucking. He was standing next to me at check-in because I was waiting for Nick and the boys to get down there, and I looked over and I just heard this big American accent. Looked over and went, "Holy fuck, this guy's huge." He would pin me down and fuck the life out of me. This guy just because he wanted to, because he was a bully. I swear to God, this guy's huge.
Yeah.
He's got his muscles as big as my fucking head, mate.
His neck gets lost with his traps. You can't see his fucking neck.
You want
Yeah.
big? Google Buddy Matthews.
Oh,
well.
mate, didn't he fucking bulk up? He was huge.
Yeah, like from where we were, that guy's muscles had muscles had muscles. It was insane, and it's fun seeing some of the local towns like Trent Townsend. What's that Moretti guy?
Moretti, yeah, the
Moretti.
Nick Moretti.
Yeah, a special shout out to him in his match with Joey Janela, which I think was definitely the match of the night.
Easily the match of the night.
So guys, like there's this thing in wrestling when you pull out thumbtacks and everyone goes nuts because they're expecting the violence just to go up just that next level. And this guy goes underneath the ring to pull out some sort of sick tool, and he pulls out a mat. Just a mat, and throws it into the ring. And you can tell it's just messing with us because this mat's gonna do no damage. He throws it at the guy. Janelle just stands there for a moment, just throws the mat back into the audience. But it's just fun when you can have that sort of. There's just so many fun in jokes.
And that's the thing about local wrestling, because you can have a comedically fun, entertaining match. This match was very fucking entertaining because, again, whimsical stuff like that. There was even a moment throughout the night, I forget the match, it might have been the main event with Johnny Down Under or Johnny Nitro or Johnny Impact or Johnny Knockout or whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. They all got plush toy Triceratops and they were thumbtacks. And the crowd loved it. I lapped it up, loved it. That's the humor that comes with these smaller. This is not small, but these independent shows. Then you get the real cook stuff. But this was a really good mix. And don't be wrong, like the Janela match of the night, 100% agree with you on that. But we got to talk about something here as well. We got a sneaky little photo and a couple little signed autographs from Shazza McKenzie.
Yeah, the WSW Women's Champion. Absolute. She was fun and down. Her match. Who was her match with again?
Taya Valkyrie, who's over there in America with another promotion I found on Fight TV, and she's the champion there too.
Yeah, and Shazza was having a good celebration, and then of course, to quote Gorilla Monsoon, the Pearl Harbor took place. There was a betrayal in the ring. And we're gonna have to follow that up because we've got a definite contest just waiting to break out. But Shazza was I think it's funny because I think did you start a chant during her match, or was it Cade?
It was Cade.
Yeah.
Cade kept on saying to us, Shazza still sucks. Or Shazza sucks or something like that. At every moment that was quiet. And I said, I can't do that. And he absolutely ripped on her. Then we got photos with her, which was really nice. And we got photos.
Yeah, well, she's really nice, down to earth. And
down to earth. Doesn't fucking rip you off for your money. As we asked her, how much do you charge for a photo? She said $5. I said $5. Where the other talent were charging $30 to $50 for a photo. She was charging $5.
Well, yeah, that says everything about their character, doesn't it?
Fucking A does. She goes, I don't believe in ripping you off for your hard-earned money. But then she charged $15 for a photo. But that's okay. Nonetheless, we still paid it. Very happy. You're very nice to me. I seen her in 2018, I think. Oh, you know what? I lied. I said I've never really been to a house show. I've been to one house show, but that was House of Hardcore, and that was pretty much predominantly American talent with like 2 or 3 locals. So Shazza was there, and she took a wicked, wicked fucking suplex off the top and landed on her fucking neck, and it was so bad looking. And with me and my mate were sitting in front row. Aaron, you two boys, Aaron was sitting in the front row, and we just went, "Oh shit!" And she landed right on her neck, and it looked dreadful. But mate, she's a fucking stalwart. She won, and she's the champion now. And Tessa Blanchard, is that Emma's character?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the next match, they reckon, when it comes back out here next year, which I think, unfortunately, I'll be going back to Penrith for, because I will definitely go to that.
Speaking of brutal high-flying moments, end of the night, did you see that we saw someone go to the top, dive from the balcony onto Johnny down under, and I think Brian Cage,
Flip Gordon, and then the 2 local talent. This man, boys, like, and I'll get the video link up. I won't put it in the podcast because I'll copyright strike me, but I'll show you this flip. This cunt flipped off the second balcony to the ground. It just what's the word? Not fearlessly falling, but just blindly swanton bombing. It was fucking nuts, and I can't express it enough. The flip was all time, because whenever, like, we lost view at a certain point, and they all came up and thinking, "Oh fuck you go rah rah," and then someone said, "Look," and we all looked and went, "Holy shit, he's up here! What's he doing up here? Where is he?" And he just goes over the top. It was unreal. It was an absolutely unreal night, unreal match. And like, that was a good match too. That's the other thing. That was a good match. It's a 3-on-3, 6-man tag match. So it was definitely one of the better things I've been to, and I'd love to be able to go back next year if they come out, Nick. You know, that was a fucking fantastic night.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, for an operation that's smaller in a cramped location like where we were, they took full advantage of the stage. They were in amongst the fans. This is the sort of thing you want, where you feel like you're in the show. And honestly, it was an immersive, fun experience. And it was just great to be there with good friends, but also just to see, as I said, that link with fans, just some good stuff. One more. What was the most brutal shot of the night for you? Do you remember?
That would have been the most brutal shot. Would have been one of the slaps in my hand when they slapped on the chest, and it was just this loud crack. I think it was the Mick Moretti and Joey Janela match, if I recall.
Yeah. From that match, when he took the headshot with the table, and that table.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that was a door. Believe it or not. So this cunt took a fucking shot. Joey Janela, who is just one of the best fucking indie wrestlers in the world, got a fucking door, like my door in my bedroom, that was just underneath the ring, picked it up and fucking went straight through it. No hands to protect him. A fucking door straight through. Bang. Fucking unreal. I can't stress it enough. Unreal. And again, I will get that clip and I'll show you. You two boys need to see it, because it is fucking.
Keen to see it.
Oh, I mean, there was no blood, but fuck me, that would have hurt on every level. So you've just reminded me, Nick, that match was worth its weight in fucking gold, my friend.
Yeah, honestly, that was a brilliant match, and there's some really good ones. There was that guy with hacks that looked like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He took some brutal face shots.
Hammerstone.
Hammerstone, yeah. Yeah, he took some real, like, there were receipts in that match. And I think so by receipts, we mean, like, eventually the other wrestler's going to have to connect for real to pay that back. And there's just some moments where he's just like, oh my God, my skin just wanted to exit the body because of how brutal that sounded. And we were like, we were
top tier.
Yeah.
You would have heard this out in the fucking foyer where the pokies were easily. Yeah. This was a loud fucking slap, man. That was a wonderful fucking night, you know, and that was definitely time and money well spent, in my opinion. You know, that was fucking great, Nick. Fucking awesome, mate. And I'll tell you what, if we do get enough traction with any luck, I reached out to Shaz McKenzie, and asked if she wanted to come into the podcast. So hopefully she's listening. She's probably not, but if you are, hi Shazza. And I'm trying to get her on to do our own little separate podcast and just talk nothing but wrestling. Me and you, because I think Nicky boy, that would be some real hot shit entertainment to fucking behold, my friend. I reckon.
Definitely. So I think it'll be fun. And honestly, like, as I said, I love films, but wrestling is where the original stories are told. Mystical classic tales of people in their underwear beating the crap out of each other. There's no higher form of art. None.
Mate, I used to do that in the footy field, and then I got told that I wasn't on the footy field. It was a very awkward experience. But I know exactly the kind that you're talking about, my friend.
So before I go, one question: what is your favorite live match that you've seen?
Triple H versus Undertaker, WWE Super Showdown, 2018.
Oh yeah,
that I was lucky enough to go to that, and I paid $460 for the ticket. Me and my mate, we both sat in the same position, and they come out to the crowd, and it was like nothing I've ever seen before. And these two men are old. Like Undertaker was old at this point, to end of his career old, and he come out and put out a fucking really strong match, no holds barred. Shawn Michaels is there, and that's why it's my favorite, because I love HBK. He's my boy. But seeing Kane, Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, it's a 35, 40-minute odd match, middle of the MCG, 80-odd thousand people there. Like nothing I've ever fucking seen before, my friend.
I got to see Kurt Angle. This is way back when Kurt Angle was still with the WWE when he came down. It was Kurt Angle and the late Eddie Guerrero were in a match together. And yeah, I can tell you yeah, I know. That tells you, honestly, those two were such great in-ring chemistry. But just the thought that, we're never going to see those two again at that peak, at that moment, because I think like a few months later Eddie Guerrero would be gone, but it's just still such a good memory.
It's fucking sad, but that would have been a match of all time, because Guerrero was still he wasn't to his peak before the car accident when he was WCW, but he was still very technical nonetheless. The man was a fucking gun, and he's definitely fucking sadly missed. Nick, you're on the money. What a match. What a match. I would love to have gone to that. Was that over there in America, or was that out here?
This was out here. They came out, and I had saved money to get some really good, like not quite front row, but like 2 seats behind the barricade, like 2 seats from the barricade. I remember shouting, "Hey Melina, I'm an animal too," when she was escorted. But she shot me a dirty, but yeah, there's some moments you live at. This was the time when the WWE they weren't so sanitized. There was still something different.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, Nick. You're a fucking legend, mate. Tell us, Nick, apart from the wrestling, where can we find you, my friend?
You can still find me on the Movie Nerds on Instagram, and we're Toy Nerds on YouTube. But please follow us on Instagram. Right now, we're running a competition to get tickets to The Black Phone, the latest Blumhouse horror film. You can check it out on Instagram. For the record, if you have not seen The Black Phone, definitely add to your must-see watch list, because it is a chilling horror story. And if you like creepy clowns, then yeah, you're in for a treat.
What did I say to you, Jesse, last week?
What was that?
The fucking Black Phone, you dog washer. I said that's up our alley.
Yeah.
I fucking said it, Jesse.
You did, yeah. I remember, yeah.
Well, I think I know what I'm doing after the podcast, boys. We're going to go into that competition. Come on, Nick. Hook us up, mate. You know what I'm saying? Come on. No, mate. We appreciate all your time, mate, as always, Nick. Thank you so much, mate. It was a pleasure to see you in person for the first time in 4 months for me. It was lovely to fucking hang out with you that Monday night, mate. Thank you so much again for coming on board, big fella.
Uncle Taylor, Uncle Jesse, Uncle Jackson, I salute you.
We salute you right back,
sir. Mate.
Have a lovely night, mate. Take care.
Take care, buddy.
Good night.
Mr. Dookwah, he's the man. I'm sorry, boys, you had to sit there and just listen to
no. I was interested in it, to be honest. I actually found that quite interesting, because
I found that interesting as well.
Because honestly, if you, I'd fucking want to get into that sort of shit. I just don't know where to start. So if you fucking could lead me in the right direction, I'll give it a red hot shot for you, and I'll come up and give you my thoughts on the things that you've.
I am the shepherd, and you're like my flocker.
So let's do that. You send me some things to watch. I'll fucking give you my thoughts on them in the next podcast.
Done. We'll make it happen. I fucking like your thinking there, Jess. Fucking good shit.
I'm on my toes, man. I'm always on my toes.
I love it.
We're going to take a short break, guys. So we'll be back with part 2 very, very shortly. And we're back with part 2, and here's your host, Uncle Taylor.
Thank you, Jacko. Appreciate that, boys and girls. Welcome back, part 2. And the reason why we do part 2 is because fuck Zoom, we're not paying them money. We're just going to do 2 separate 40-minute sessions on a web page. So, yeah, good money. Okay, so boys, apart from me, Dookwah, what have you guys been up to? Talk to us.
I'll let Jesse go first.
Okay.
Oh, on you, Jacko, putting Jesse on the spot.
So apart from everything that's happened in the last week, fuck all. Since I last seen you in the last week, fuck all, mate. Really, honestly, fuck all. Fuck all's happened in that week's span. I think, we played one more game of one more night of COD, and that was about it. And
that's about it.
Yeah,
Sunday night.
Fucking sums it all up, I reckon.
That's literally been it. It's been fucking quiet, and again, it's the same here too. Apart from Monday night. That is it. I got my hire car, and they gave me a Camry, and that fucking thing flies. I mean, cunt, holy fuck.
Camry, yeah. I think my parents used to have a fucking Camry. I'm pretty sure,
bro.
Yeah.
Fucking the scariest thing about this fucking car is that it's a electric hybrid. Now, this fucking thing, how it works is it works via from my head, and this is a bogan's resemblance here. So this is not official shit. This is not me going through some fucking Wikipedia Yoohoo page. My understanding is from a Formula One perspective, where the car is half electric, half fuel. And the way that the battery recharges itself is via the tires. If it's not revving, if it's coasting, that kind of shit. It's very fucking cool. So I get in there.
Reads the brochure.
That's it. I read the brochure from her.
Brochure.
Thank you. Thank
you. Boy.
It's fucking car though, mate. Fucking honestly, said shit. I did a sports mode. If you know what I'm saying.
Just fucking launches himself.
Bro, legit. It's got sports mode in it.
Oh fuck, mate! You can really launch yourself with that shit. I hear. I have a friend that actually tells me all about sports mode, and fuck, let me tell you, mate, it is the ultimate experience.
It's Uncle Taylor does not recommend to break the law, but you can easily break the law in this car. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Fuck me, cunt. It's fucking cooked. Apart from that, though, fuck all. Jacko, what's going on in your world, sir?
Yeah, much the same myself. Besides work, eat, sleep, repeat, it's been not much. Caught up with a friend I haven't seen for a couple of years now, which was nice on the weekend. But other than that, not much.
Nice.
Simple.
That's nice. Who was the friend? Off
Jade.
record. Ah, Jade's back in town.
Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff, Jacko. So I didn't hear from you all weekend, huh?
Yeah. Oh, actually, we'll tell a lie. Yes, I saw her yesterday. We went to Erina and did a fair bit of shopping because she needed to get a few things. I wanted to get a few things because tax return had arrived, so I was like, might as well spend a bit. And then went to Newcastle with Sam and had a couple of drinks at a pub in Spears Point. And then
what was your drink of choice? Please don't say screwdriver. Please don't say screwdriver.
No. I didn't have a screwdriver. I had vodka and lemon squash, actually.
Okay.
So just basically a screwdriver, but not a screwdriver, just with lemon squash.
we call it a boneless screwdriver here, boys.
Boneless screwdriver. Basically. Oh, fucking hell.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
No, that's nice. Good, mate. Good stuff, Jacko. Very nice indeed. Good shit, Jacko.
These are the most fucking interesting week out of all of us, mate.
I know.
What's going on?
Jackson, mate, give me some tips.
How do I live a good life, Jackson?
Yeah, you
Gotta
live
go
a
out,
fucking-
no regrets. Just go out.
That's it. No regrets. Absolutely.
yeah,
brother.
Yeah,
no
not even a
regrets.
single letter.
No, that's it. Not even a single letter wrong. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Jackson. Good shit. Good shit. Oh, fuck me. Why am I yawning, cut? Well, let's address the elephant in the room.
That was really,
Boys.
really weird because both you and Jesse both yawned at the same time. That's
say,
really
man.
weird. Like you both started at the same time.
Brothers synchronize their yawns. I want to say this first,
Was it my
and
huge
then I'm going
cock?
to stop from there. Yes,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
gigantic and it's scary.
Sorry, boys. Sorry, boys.
No,
It's hanging on the ground right now. Kind of hurts a little bit. But anyway.
You need to get up there. Oh, all right, let's go then.
It's like carrying a fucking log on my back, mate. It's fucking hard yarns.
Fucking A would, huh? Fucking
Yeah.
A would. Fuck me.
Anyway.
So I'll say this, and then this will be my most controversial topic for the week. New South Wales absolutely deserved to get flogged the way that we did.
I don't think that's controversial, bro. I think that's pretty. I think
Factual?
everyone would. I think a lot of people would fucking agree with that. To be honest, if they're not,
Queenslanders will be happy.
if they're not fucked in the head, yeah. Queenslanders did well though. They did fucking really well,
mate. And I think I said it to you last week. There is no fucking way. Whenever they say this Queensland squad is the worst Queensland squad in history, you know,
Did they say that this time? Because I didn't see that. So they said it again.
I read it in an article from
because I was thinking they might have been repeating what they said in 2020 when was it Gallen said it was the worst Queensland team 40 years. Some cunt fucking said that.
I think it was something like that. But no,
Yeah.
this was from. I swear this would have been from Fox Sports.
Probably was.
And it's the only reason why I fucking saw it. I went, "Oh, get fucked, we've lost."
Yeah, they're fuckheads. So yeah, honestly, Suncorp, bro. It's Brisbane and just the energy they get there. I was fucking calling this. I even said it to. Did I say it on the podcast? I don't know, but I was saying like in Brisbane, bro, they just fucking turn up every time there, and it's something about the crowd there. There's something about I don't know if they just step foot on the fucking turf there, and then they just get all this fucking get this sort of like performance enhancing effect or some shit. But it's literally nuts how much of a different team like it's. That plays in Queensland. It's like they could play so shit in Sydney or they could play so shit in Perth and then they go to Queensland. It's like they're a different team. It's really fucking scary and it fucking annoys me.
It's a fortress, bro. It's a fucking fortress.
Fucking oath it is.
Did you watch any of the game?
No, I can't say I did. I
Oh,
I just
boy.
heard about it, but that was it.
Bro, you missed one
The
of the best. You missed literally
testosterone
yeah.
is flowing right through you now, Jackson. I'm proud of you.
Heard there was a punch up or two, but that's pretty much. I've heard very limited information on it.
Yeah, it was basically it was basically one player came over after one player tripped over, came over to start belting him, and then they started throwing at each other, and then another player came over and held the yeah. I can't fucking explain it. Explain it, Taylor.
So,
I just had a fucking brain fart out.
The fight started when New South Welshman pushed over Callum Ponga. I say Callum Ponga because you know Callum Ponga because he's a Newcastle Knights player. Then I tripped over him, pushed him over. It looked all the same to me, mate, to be honest with you. Yeah. Then Dane Gagai comes out of his way to fucking push him. Then they start punching. And the big fucking Tino Fasulia Maane, I think that's how you pronounce his name,
Tino
fucking puts him in a headlock. Now,
while Gagai's punching him. While Gagai's still punching him.
Still punching into him. Yeah. Now, from a New South Welshman's perspective, very bad call. Yeah, they both should have went off. From a logical standpoint, from what I've heard, Tino was trying to protect him. Now,
fuck off! I've heard that too, bro. I've heard that too. What he's trying to protect Burton? No. I've heard that as well.
There
bro.
it is.
Fucking protect him by fucking putting him in a headlock, chucking him on the ground while your mate belts him. Yeah, fuck off, cunt. Fuck out of here, bruh. Fuck
it's
that
pretty
shit.
bad. It was pretty fucking bad.
I've seen that too. I've seen so many comments about that. I'm like, you can't be that fucking dense in the head. You can't be that thick to think that, really. Come on, bro. He's coming over to fucking have a go as well. And then it's like, are we forgetting the part where fucking 3 other Queensland players come and jump on top of the cunt as well? It's like, yeah, they're really trying to protect him, hey?
Bro, it was fucked. It was fucked.
Yeah.
It was a very strong game, though. You know, they were too strong, but it was strong. They were very strong. It was a tough game. 3 players got sent off with HIA, head injury assessments, in 3 minutes 38 or something like that, Jacko. Jacko looks
Bloody
very
hell.
interested right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucked, bro. It was bad. 3 of them. It was really scary. One of them got taken off by the stretcher, I think. Did he end up going on the stretcher?
Fuck, I don't know.
What, a
I think I
medicab?
was too busy fucking texting the group chat about what's
I
going
was
on.
going to say, the group chat was blowing up. Oh.
No, I think did he get taken? I think he did. No,
I think he did.
He did. Cunt was out. He did, because I remember them signaling for the stretcher. So yeah, he did. He must have. It was Cobbo who got taken out, and then
that's it. Selwyn.
and then Luai was standing over him screaming at him.
But you know what? Go back a
That's
year
Origin.
or two. That happened. That happened one other time. He was punching him or something while he was knocked out.
Yeah. Well, it was,
And
it
remember the
Tedesco?
furor about that.
Was it Tedesco? He got fucking knocked down. And old mate picked him up and dropped him back down.
Yeah.
It was
picked him up
Jai
like
Arrow.
that.
Jai Arrow
Jai
picked
Arrow.
him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got short fucking memories, those Queenslanders, you know, because it's what happens when you fuck your cousin. But anyway, moving on to other things. I think the game was really like easily the best game I've ever seen, because it was just so physical to start with. Like, it was just everyone would, like, they were just putting their bodies on the line with no regard to their own like safety or anything. They'll just throwing themselves at each other. It was really fucking good to watch. Really good to watch.
It was a very good game. Even though we lost, it was a very fucking good game. One of the best games I think I've seen in my entire life. And I'll gladly, happily say that. Apart from the Sharks win the grand final in person, that was the best.
Yeah.
Very close second, let me tell you. So I'm going to see how good Jacko's memory here. This is a new segment I want to call Test Jackson's Memory. Now, Jackson here, our friend Jackson, is an avid Shane Van Gisbergen, or Gizzy, as he calls him. I want to see if Jacko knew what happened last week with the big, gigantic race that happened, the last round of the supercars. He had a brief little update, but does he remember the entirety?
Not at all.
And that's our segment.
I was given very few details from my stepdad, because he watched it, and I was sort of like, I was actually at his house when he was watching it, but he was watching it on his phone because he's got KO on his phone. So he had it propped up in front of him, and basically for example, the chair, a traditional table, like it was facing him. I was sort of like next to him, but on the opposite side of the table, like on the like to his left. So I couldn't see it. I could only hear little bits and pieces, but not enough to really absorb.
Cool. Now, I want everyone here. This is a group task right now. Thank you for that long explanation there, Jackson. Pick up your phone. Have your phone up here on the page on here. Sweet. Unlock your phone for me.
Yep.
Now, press the Safari button.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now we can all type in supercars results. And then when you press search, oh, wow. What's that? Race 19.
Oh,
wow.
Nice. I like that.
Wow.
Race 19, Townsville.
Townsville.
Shane Van Gisberg, Red Bull Ampol Racing Holden Commodore ZB, whatever the fuck.
Here's the main question. Did Jacko know about Google?
I do. I just didn't look it up.
Lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Lazy. Jackson Tumpy. Oh, anyway, it's okay.
Is that going to be in the podcast? I'm going to look for that in the podcast.
Yeah, I'll be looking for.
Oh, I'm not gonna remove it.
I'm gonna raw dog this one. No, the biggest thing that happened in that race, Jacko. Put my little cock flap thing on here. The biggest thing that happened is Gizzy got taken out in the last corner and won by penalty.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was hoping you would have seen, but that's okay.
No, I didn't. I knew that he won. I knew without even Googling that he won practice 1, and I think was it race 19.
What's practice? Winning practice? Come on, mate.
He won practice 1. I was watching practice 1, but then that was all I really watched. So I only heard from my stepdad Ryan that he won 19. I think it was 19, and then must have won 20.
Beautiful. How good is that? So, what's Jacko's task for the next 2 weeks, boys? What do you reckon? What should we? Okay, here's what I'm going to start doing. Our friend Jackson here is very invested in sports, as we can all clearly, well and truly see. I'm going to let the community, and I want this to be a fucking advert. I want people to give Jackson recommendations of sports to watch over the next 2 weeks. We'll let you slide this week, unless there's a Supercars event this week, Jacko. But next week, I want our community to get Jackson a fucking sport to watch, and I want a full, detailed report on whatever match or event it was.
And if there's anything you would like Jackson to talk about besides politics, please comment below.
Or religion,
and he will be talking about it in the next podcast.
He's keen because
Jackson's on board.
Jackson privately shared with all of us kids that he wants to be more engaged in this community, and I'm more than happy to have him engaged. But we want your engagement. We're going to start utilizing you, our fans. Al, if you're listening, this is for you, big fella. I want your help here. Jacko likes AFL. He used to play AFL. He performed as one of those little young athletic kids. He beat all the 17-year-olds. He was 28 when he did this. That's a bad joke. I fucked up the punchline, but nonetheless, he was the oldest. He was the oldest underage kid at 17. That's the joke I meant to say. So we want your opinions. We want Jacko to seek some help in enriching himself with sporting culture.
Yes, please
Jackson,
comment below.
You will be doing it. So when I ask you, are you up for the task? You have to say yes. Are you up for the task?
Oh, I love sport.
Yeah, look at him. He's getting.
It doesn't have to
thinking
just be.
about it.
It doesn't have to just be sport as well. Like there's the others. Like I said earlier, just comment
Anything.
below and anything below. Like just
anything you want Jackson
to
talk about.
anything at all. Just not politics because we got that.
Not
already.
politics nor religion.
Yeah.
The only two things we don't want, I really like on this podcast, but yet we tolerate politics to Jackson.
Yes.
I am so happy right now listening to politics to Jackson Tuffy. All right, next to you. So thrilled to hear about politics every single day of my existence on this fucking planet. See, I just smiled. I'm very happy for you, Jackson. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
So, I want to take a quick
with
minute.
the fact that Parliament hasn't started for another fortnight, so you don't have to hear about politics in this one or the next one.
I just ejaculated.
Who said we're hearing about this after the next fortnight, Jackson?
Me.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice, mate. That's very good. You're the editor, so you'll probably keep it in. Get fucked.
Hold on a second. Just set reminder. Go away when Jackson talks about politics in the upcoming. No.
Check second screen message from CEO.
Goes off.
Oh, Jackson, we love you so much.
I hope it stays in because it's good banter.
It should stay in. So I want to take a quick minute. Last topic of the night, unless you boys got something else to talk about now, because I want to continue into this because what you said. That's what I'm leading into. Good sir, perfect. That's what I'm leading into. I want to thank every single fucking person that asked us questions last week. It got us really thinking, switched on, and just thinking about what we can talk about and what we can bring more to this channel. So I really want to take a moment to thank you very much for that. It definitely means a shitload to us. So during the week, Jesse got some more questions for us to ask. And I want to give him the proper time now at the end of the show to properly listen through. And if you've listened this far on and you've given Jackson his recommendation on our Facebook page, inbox it to us, whatever, leave a comment here. The comment is going to say, Uncle Taylor should have wrestlers on his podcast because he's not fat and just big boned. That's a Cartman segment. You're laughing. Let's do it. So, Jethro, the floor is yours, good sir.
Well, just let me get on my questions. All right.
Oh, also, very quickly, how sad is it the guy from Big Mouth died today?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah. That is sad.
Yeah. Devon.
Oh.
Yeah, shocking.
28
Rest
years
in
old.
peace.
Rest in peace, good sir.
All right. This is probably my favorite question that I got asked. So it says, what are your goals for the podcast and where do you see it going in the future?
Well, I think look, that's a good question to me actually, because I guess the ultimate thing is I do 90% of the work here. Jackson does the other 10 with the editing, which is lovely. But I think the whole thing for me with this podcast, it ties back into the gaming channel. For me, it's another platform for me to express myself. The goal for me ultimately is to try and get more talent onto the podcast, even if it means I expand it and do a separate podcast like I did with the sports section.
Yeah.
For a demonstrate or for a trial period to see where it picked up, if it did or not. The reality is the goals for me are to get more Australian talent on here, to continue to spread the brand Uncle Taylor. That's the ultimate thing. And ultimately bring in my two mates for the ride. That's the goal for me. That's how it always has been in my head ever since I was a young age. If I ever got lucky and started doing stuff, it was bringing my friends along with me. So I think for me, it's just the goals are to get a lot of talent here onto this platform and trying to help us build something that I want it to be. Ultimately, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's good, mate. I think for me, it's like mainly just to have fun with it and enjoy it. Enjoy, having a bit of a yarn with my buddies, talking about things, just putting it out there for people to listen. I think helping my mate with his brand, obviously the Uncle Taylor sort of thing that he's got going on. It's good to help with that and help your mates out and, join in with that. And it's good to be a part of it. I don't know. I think just getting more, like you said, like getting more people on it, get it expanding, more people watching it. I'm just keen to see where it goes and, explore some new things and, to see where it takes us, really. I wouldn't say I have any specific goals for it myself. Mainly just to keep improving on it, I think is the main goal.
And before I look at Jacko's answer, we have not heard these questions. I just want to quickly say that's the first time I've heard this. I haven't read it anywhere, haven't heard about it. So every answer I'm going to give you tonight is going to be off the top of my head. But Jacko, floor is yours, sir.
Yeah. And that's the same with me as well. So I mean, for me, my sort of role here is sort of to obviously support you and to help you boost your brand here, of course. But I would like to say I wouldn't say I call it a goal, but sort of what I'd like to see would be obviously we're working on increasing the amount of sort of guests we have on the show. Of course, I know we have Nick Dookwah rocking up. We've had other guests here, of course, as well. But at the end of the day, just help coming, as you said, coming along for the ride and sort of supporting you in your role of passing on your brand, essentially.
Love it. Very good answers, boys. Thank you. Thank you for that question as well, Jess.
Yeah,
it's a fucking good question.
Thank you to who sent it. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, this is funny. This is like fun tying into things that we've talked about. Do you see yourselves having any guest speakers in the next year, and who would you like to have on the podcast in particular? Could be anybody.
That's a very good question. But we're talking about it though. Like for me personally, like with Nick Dookwah involved, I'd love to have professional wrestlers that are Australian based come in and do these little small segments if I was able to. That would be, for me right now, as a short-term goal, that would be great. The long-term goal for me is I'd like to try and interview proper people. And when I say proper people, musicians, artists, who like, doing tours and that kind of stuff. That's the long term. Or even go to footy games and interview the players, young kids, that is, not fucking young kids at your local sport arena, but like the feeder clubs, and build this into a bigger kind of platform. That would be the goal, and I think right now I'd love to be involved with league in some way, shape or form. That'd be the ultimate goal.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think getting in some like players on to talk would be good. Eventually, just reaching the more people and having more of an audience, having a bigger platform, and then, or even before that, just to be able to get some people on. I mean, yeah, league players are like my main thing, or just even other content creators as well. People who do similar shit. Other people, who like maybe they have YouTube channels or something like that, or maybe they have gaming channels, or they run a Twitch account or anything like that. Just to have them on, and it's kind of like a bit of give and like a bit of, you're helping each other out a little bit. So
that's it. Networking and that kind of stuff is probably the best way to grow anything. Yeah, and that's the kind of reality I'm trying to build. And if we do decide to go down the route of interviewing people like that and having a dedicated episode where we interview people for 20 minutes, I'd make it its own separate entity.
Yeah, for sure.
This is our best podcast. I enjoy this side, but I would arrogantly make it another podcast like I did with the sport thing and make it Uncle Taylor's interviews or Uncle Taylor interview, next on Uncle Taylor, make it something stupid and then just get them involved. But you're right. Twitch streamers, YouTubers, gamers, movie review critics, fucking musicians.
Yeah.
The whole lot. Exactly. I think that's a very, very good answer. I like that.
Sky's the limit with that. What about you, Jackson?
There were two of the three that I was going to discuss that you guys already said. So the first was content creators. The second was NRL players, because, it would tie in. So, for example, if we were talking about the Sharks game, you could have maybe a Sharks person. But I know how hard it is with the NRL, because I know they have very strict media rules, things like that.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to sort of get them to come on. But the third one was potential other people who do podcasts. Like, I don't know if that was said already by Jesse. If so, I missed it. But yeah, just other people who do podcasts, or even, which I've just thought of now, so four. The fourth one would be even representatives from like gaming companies, perhaps. Like if we're talking about a game that's coming out, potentially having a representative from that company, come on and sort of talk, officially about it. Obviously they won't be able to give, too much away, but they'll be able to certainly talk about it.
A long-term goal. I like that. That's
exactly.
Good.
Yeah,
that's good. Good answer. Good answer as well. All right. What's the next one there, Jethro?
One is what is your favorite part about doing the podcast?
Not having to do the editing. It was very, very hard, and I'm grateful Jacko picks up the slack quite heavily.
Of course.
That's probably one of my favorite part. The other part would be talking to you boys and getting guests on too. Nick Dookwah. We love Nick Dookwah a lot, and I know he listens to these episodes, and he's a very good fucking friend. So, and he knows that. I told him that Monday night. So he definitely is worth his weight in gold.
Yeah, I agree with that fully. Yeah. For me, I think it's just being able to get together. Like once a week with my mates and be able to just talk about shit. It's good because, in life you can kind of things get in the way and you can kind of lose touch with people or you don't talk to people as much as you'd hope, or maybe you see someone once a month instead of you talk to them every day or you talk to them every week. So this is a good chance for us to stay in contact and talk every week. And we always talk, we have a yarn about shit and we're always keeping up to date with each other. And it's just a good way to keep in touch, and it's a good way to, keep close with you blokes. I think another favorite thing is just, I don't know, just this whole thing has just been pretty cool. So that's all I can really say. Yeah, it's just been pretty cool.
It is very fucking cool, man. Good answer. I like that. Jacko.
Yeah, of course. So when with the editing, it sort of works out well because I do a lot of editing for APH Question Time, my own channel. But and I'm able to sort of throw that in with it as well. So it works out well. And you said before you don't like doing it. I'm basically doing it already, so it sort of works out well. But with that, it's basically the same as the answers you guys gave. Sort of, I like being able to, have a chat with the guys. Being able to discuss issues or topics that have come up over the last week. Very generously, Taylor allows me sometimes to discuss politics, which, as you can see by my background, is something that I have a passion for. But other than that, you guys sort of already said everything that I was going to say.
Beautiful. Now we've probably got time for one or two more questions here. So
yeah,
what is your next one there, big fella?
Just one simple one, because I left all the real important ones for the top. So this was real simple one. Is basically what's the craziest bet you have ever made?
Easiest, and I think Jacko can agree with this, and Jesse can agree with this. Is probably a one-person answer. This one, we had our bowling season. Jesse came along for the very first time, and we were trying to pull a fast one on our friend Jay, our old friend Jay Lang, Jackson's brother Jay Lang.
Yeah,
and our friend Aaron, who works for Mr. Minute, had an expired fire extinguisher, and the idea was we'd say, come along. Jay, when we used to play, would average 40 to 50 points a game.
Yeah.
And in 3 games, he'd be the lowest by about 150, 200. The idea was, come over, Jesse. It's an easy one. You'll come 5th, maybe 4th. And Jay fucking came 3rd. Jesse came last. And the idea was whoever came last gets hit with the fire extinguisher. So
I think because what we didn't fucking anticipate was, well, I kind of fucking had a feeling this was going to happen because you had been bowling for a long time by that period. It was probably a fucking good year and a half or something, and I wasn't bowling. So I came in, I never fucking bowled really that much. I only maybe when I was a kid, I bowled. Came in, didn't know what the fuck I was doing, didn't know how to step up and fucking bowl or do anything like that, and I was absolutely shit. And I was like, I knew this was gonna fucking happen. I was like, I fucking knew this was gonna happen. And somehow Jay had a better day as well, and I ended up coming last. So I really got fucking copped with that fire extinguisher. I remember we were sitting in a fucking parking lot. I think it was
I can
West
say
Gosford.
the parking lot, West Gosford, just up above from fucking Reliance.
Yep.
There's a fucking car wash place right there. But the story was Jay hadn't bowled with us for 2 years, bro. Before that night,
really?
I swear to God, we punted him. We told him we're not bowling anymore. It's very true.
Well, let's just stick a fucking nail in the coffin then. Fucking hell. Just stick a nail in the fucking coffin. I'm much better now. I'd fucking smoke. I'd smoke the little cunt now, but.
Oh, fuck.
I just remember being in that fucking parking lot. I'll never forget it because I was standing there and they did some ceremony to fucking hit it with.
I said, you've been deleted. Wrestling quote.
Still got the video on my phone somewhere, but I just remember
send it through
burnt.
So we can upload it. Upload it. So send it through to us.
It fucking burnt, right? Each member that we bowl with got a turn to fucking hit me with it, and I'm standing there covering my face because I don't want to get in my fucking eyes. I just remember it burning like shit, and all you can hear in the video is me fucking turn my back and go, "Oh, fucking burns! Oh, fucking burns!" And that's all you can fucking hear. I go home. I was still living at my mum's house at the time. I think I was about 20, yeah.
2019.
Yeah, so I was about 20 or something. Anyway, I go back to mum's and she's like, what the fuck happened to you? And I'm like, listen, it was a fucking long night. I don't want to fucking talk about it. I just want to get in the fucking shower. And I just remember my clothes being all it's almost like it's like that movie War of the Worlds where he goes through all those fucking people getting disintegrated and he's got all the fucking dust on him and shit. It was fucked, bro. But yeah, that's probably the biggest bet I fucking made now that you mention it.
Yeah, mate, honestly, there can't be anything more. Maybe a spa bath might have been different, but this was just, Jacko, I had to. I'm sorry, Jackson, I had to. But that was the fucking wildest one. Was there anything for you, Jacko? I highly doubt it. Because you don't live spontaneously like us. Yeah. No, beautiful. That was the wildest, craziest fucking bet. And I think we should try to do something like that again soon. It'll be fucking funny.
Yeah, it would be.
Whoever has the most interest in politics, maybe. How about that? That could be a new one. It gets hit with
great.
Fucking,
just throw me in it.
It's hit with 3 kilos worth of fucking fire extinguisher.
Oh, shit. Burns that shit, bro.
Oh, fucking A, it does. It's fucking funny.
And I remember because I think you were driving in your L's and I was in the front seat with you. So I had to sit in your fucking front seat.
This would have been then.
It would have been 2018.
Actually.
2018, I remember,
2018. So I was a loser.
All that shit. Yeah, I must remember. Yeah, it wasn't good. Funny, but looking back. Yeah.
Oh, very funny. Very fucking good. Well, alas, we've made it to the end of the episode. Thank you, boys. That was fucking great. Very good walk down memory lane.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Fucking strong ending. I love it. Thank you so much, boys, for coming on board. Thank you, Nick Dookwah, as well. My wonderful friend. from my job coming on. If you want to ever see Nick Dookwah elsewhere, check him out on the socials that we have linked in there for him. Go to the Instagram as well, because fuck me, you get a double pass to the fucking black phone. Psh, how good's that?
Yeah, I followed him on Instagram a while ago, but I didn't know he had a YouTube, so I followed that when he mentioned it tonight, the toy one.
Yeah.
So I followed that and I subscribed to that. So yeah.
Attaboy, same here. I've done
get
that
on it,
too,
people.
So get on it. Get on. Tell them Uncle Taylor sent you. That's how you know it. But until the next time, boys, thank you very much.
Thank you, boys. Take care of yourself.
You too. Have a
Pleasure
good
as
night,
always.
boys. Thank you. See you later, guys.